During the second quarter of 2024, crypto market has been mostly moving sideways, so I wouldn't blame you if you didn't have a close look at it. But in this video, we're going over a report by CryptoRank, how we can stay informed basically with this report. I think it's very nice. So we start with the fact that second quarter was negative for crypto market with few exceptions, or more like sideways still. For MO tokens, the second quarter was negative. However, a few including BNB, TON, TRX, CAS, Pepe, XMR, and Ondo managed to close a quarter with gains. Let's see what they mean by gains, because BNB literally stayed the same. ETH was -1%, which is nothing. BTC is -10% almost, which is Sol quite a bit of a downfall, but I don't see this kind of huge downfalls as very big. Then meme coins flourish amidst current bull market surge. It's been pretty boring, as I said, and I think that's one of the main reasons people are turning back to meme coins, because many big projects are still in development. We had a couple of airdrops, but they kind of disappointed many people, more people than usual, so to say. That's kind of what the general sentiment is, and that's what I think brought people to meme coins a bit more, because people just want to have fun. The other two pillars of crypto market, GameFi and DeFi, also performed relatively well. If we look at the top gainers in Q2 of 2024, we see the decentralized finance, we see Oxygen plus 235%, which is pretty significant for a DeFi project in this time. Then we see Monero plus 32%, which is pretty good. Memes. Obviously, you would expect these percentages from memes, so I'm not surprised, and I wouldn't say you should be surprised about this kind of thing. Then GameFi, we have 105%, which is not bad. Toncoin, which did plus 41 almost percent. What's also interesting, we have CAS, and if you're interested about CAS, I have a video comparing CAS to Quai Network, which are both proof of work GPU mineable layer 1s. Maybe we are going to see a resurgence of a bit more proof of work. Service, we have Sabai protocol. Honestly, never heard of that one. Maybe we should check it out, but services is not something I usually watch out for, less of a theme for this channel, so I'm not gonna go over too deep over that. And we have some social. Out of the social ones, I would say the project that was interesting throughout this time, I don't remember when, but Farcaster, it's a decentralized social kind of narrative. You should keep an eye on that one if you want something in the social sphere. Let's go to IDOs next, and the performance of IDOs in the second quarter was also quite pessimistic, with only 3 tokens trading at 10 times their IDO price. I like how that is our upper standard of what we are looking for with IDOs and ICOs, but they did have their moment for sure during the bull cycle in 2021, and it was like you put money anywhere and you get 10x back at least. I'm exaggerating, of course, but the majority, if you go to a good launchpad, by the way, I have a video about launchpads, you can have a watch. I'll leave the link in the description. Also link to this report and to anything I mentioned, I'll leave all links in the description. So let's have a look at the projects. The NATO creator token, yes, so where you see this kind of wavy line, it means the graph is not to scale. Really just, I guess, the Twitter kind of replicator. Then Alista DAO, TARS protocol, Blood Loop, Cookie 3. Keep in mind they're the best performing ones, trading at below 3, quite a few of them, which is, it just shows that the market is not very interested in the super new projects that are launching with IDOs at the moment. And Notcoin emerged as the biggest gainer, inspiring a boom in similar games that allow users to mine coins through taps. And tapping is not mining, just for your information. Athena became the second largest newly launched project by market cap. About Athena, actually, so I have a video about, my previous video is about Symbiotic and Eigenlayer. So Athena is a stable coin, and it planned to work with Eigenlayer. However, now it is going to work with Symbiotic, which are both through restaking protocols. If you are interested a bit more about restaking and hear a bit more about Athena and who it's working with now, I would recommend you to watch that video. And then we see, in contrast, highly anticipated zkSync and Wormhole secured only the 3rd and 4th places by market cap among the newly launched tokens. Yeah, and I would say they were indeed zkSync, just like Layer 0, were very much anticipated, and too much anticipation created too much regrets of people who spent too much time and money on gas fees for farming their airdrop. In terms of ROI of Launchpads, if you are interested, again, related to IDOs, Ape Terminal, 0x Bull or Ox Bull, actually good question. Peak DeFi, Zelvin Finance, Impossible Finance, and Polka Starter. Polka Starter. Is Polkadot alive or dead? What do you think? It's been very quiet lately. Then there is a highlight for the Ton ecosystem and its thrive amidst overall market downturn. And there is, in the second quarter, most projects saw a decrease in their TVL. However, there are some gainers, with Beanstalk leading the way. How much did they grow? 290%. But if you have a deeper look at this, they have a 49.6 million in total TVL, so it's much easier to grow if you have TVL like that than, let's say, if you have some Thor chain lending with 184 million in TVL. So keep in mind the absolute numbers as well when you listen to this kind of news. And now let's go to a favorite, airdrops discussion. zkLink Nova exhibited significant growth starting from a low base. That's important. Scroll achieved an impressive 1,264 percent increase, driven by its airdrop campaign, so seemingly it was not that bad for Scroll after all. Linea also demonstrated notable growth of 533%, spurred by the Linea Search campaign. They had a very kind of big and nice campaign with Layer 3. Ton surpassed 1 billion TVL, growing by 322%, which is impressive, and becoming the 3rd largest non-EVM chain by TVL size, following Tron and Solana. Yeah, it's difficult sometimes not to mix the Tron and Ton chains. But yeah, I think they're doing pretty well. Maryland chain grew pretty big. Say Linea. I have a lot of videos actually about many of these projects, so if you're interested, you can check out the channel. The next statistic is kind of one of the more interesting for me, although it may not be for you. So we have Solana, Tron, and Nia protocol leading in on-chain activity. So we'll look by number of active addresses in Q2 of 2024. We see that Tron is leading with 181 million. Then we have Nia protocol, Solana, and Polygon, BNB chain, Arbitrum, Sui, and then we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and everybody else. What's interesting, what all these chains have in common up until Bitcoin, they have very low transaction fees. That's the main thing that people are searching for. They are like some of the fastest chains that there are and some of the lowest gas chains that there are. So the main narrative of be cheap. In terms of total transactions, Solana remains the top performer. Well, duh, all the meme coins need to be traded somewhere. Then we have Nia, Sui, Tron, and Ton, which makes sense, but it's interesting that the number of total addresses, of active addresses, does not fully correlate with the transactions. The next statistic is about the total number of unique addresses, and BSC, Polygon, and Ethereum remain undisputed leaders, which makes sense. They've been there for a while, and this kind of statistic would take a very long time, unless something really radical happens to kind of change. So we see BSC with 458 million, then Polygon with 440 million, and then Ethereum with 274 million. But Tron is not that far. Tron is very much like climbing up with 240 million. Phantom and Optimism and Base are also like, you can see a nice growth in there, as actually CryptoRank also notes. They say that Optimism and Base have made significant strides. The standout this quarter was Ton blockchain. Oh, well, congrats to Ton chain. It seemingly is doing very well. And now let's go to the key takeaways from this report, which I actually conveniently done here for us as well. So the second quarter was marked by low volatility and insignificant price movements in the crypto market, even with the acceptance of a spot ETH ETF. The caveat about ETF is that it's more for who are more TradFi focused. So Are they going to be interested in crypto when it's moving sideways? No, not really. They're going to be most interested in it when we are kind of at the very top. That's like by definition. At the very top means that most people are interested in it. So it's more of a long-term play, I would say. So it's okay. We can wait a bit more for its impact. Then meme coins have flourished during the current bull market, with GameFi and DeFi sectors also performing well, which makes sense. There was this podcast we recorded with David about Coin Network, and he mentioned that the three things that drive any technology industry forward is gaming, pornography, and gambling. Which makes a lot of sense. If you think about it, all the innovations come there first, because we humans, we are driven by dopamine, and those things give us dopamine. So if there is a way to get more of it, we are going to search for it very hard. Which also, again, the fact that meme coins are flourishing during the low volatility of other sectors kind of gives a reason for meme coins to be searching up, because if people want to have some fun like that, that is like the easiest way to introduce some more fun into the crypto market. Notcoin emerged as the biggest gainer among newly launched tokens, which gave rise to the segment of tap apps. I wouldn't say tap apps emerged, they re-emerged for sure though. So that is a significant interest gathering thing. But again, my tapping is not mining. Just want to reinstate that. There is a kind of funny way they bully zkSync and Wormhole. zkSync and Wormhole did not reach 1 billion in market cap, which sounds huge, but this is like expected for such a high expectation, high aspiration project, which can be linked to their frustrating airdrop campaign. Interesting that they only mention zkSync and Wormhole and do not talk about Layer 0. If you want to learn more about the Layer 0 airdrop, you're of course welcome to watch my video. Just self-promotion throughout this whole time. And this kind of leaves us with a question whether we are past the bull cycle or we are yet to come to there. So what I see in the crypto Twitter, I feel like most people are pessimistic. And as this report says, there see some pessimism around. And what I know is that the majority cannot be right, because by that definition, the majority would make money, and it's not the case. So my opinion kind of flows towards the fact that we are not yet there, despite Bitcoin hitting all-time high, despite some altcoins hitting all-time highs. We did not see the true altcoin season, you would agree, I'm sure, and it's yet to come. And if I were to point a finger, there is no financial advice, I have no financial education and no crypto education, neither do you, I'm pretty sure. But if I were to point a finger to a month, it would be like October or something like that. So I would still think it's this year. So that's all I wanted to tell you. That's where I would like to end. Please let me know in the comments what you think of this format. I very much enjoyed yapping about the state of the crypto market in Q2 2024. But if you didn't, please let me know. If you did, either leave a like, only if you actually like the format, or put like a small note in the comments.